Whoa, now what's up with the YouTube? This is TK with Cuts by Kelly. In this video, we're doing a bald fade, and I broke it down thoroughly. At least I think so. I hope you like the way I broke it down, and I hope that you can understand it. If you do, leave that in the comments. I would like to know if it's pretty much clear for you. If you have any questions about the process that I'm doing or what I'm using, you can leave that in the comments. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe if you like the content that I'm putting out, and hit the notification bell. I actually think when you subscribe, the notification bell just automatically be hit. But hey, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any questions or if you understand what I'm saying throughout this video. But with that, let's get into the video. Yeah. All right, you see the fade is pretty much set. I did all my prep work. Sorry I don't have that on film. I thought about doing it last minute. He had dreads on top, he cut them off, and he came in with the new growth. So I cut his hair down, pretty much wavelength, and I set up for the fade. Now I'm using the number 1 guard to knock out the weight. So I want to show y'all the before and after. See, on the left is before I knocked out the weight, and on the right is when I knocked the weight out. I hope you can see the difference on the right side. It's a little bit lighter. So since I did that, now I'm starting my fade. Here's my 0 guard. I'm going close, and I'm starting from that middle line. Close with the 1/16 guard. Going quarter of the way. Going to the next step is quarter of the way, and we're working our way up to the top. The fade method is always the same. Like I said, it's just different shapes of the head and different shapes of the fade, but the method is still the same. So here is 1/4. Now we're going to 3/4 of the way, and we're working our way up just a little bit more. And like I said before, one thing about your fades is you just want to use the corner of your clipper so you don't take out too much hair. And if you leave some hair in, you'll be able to go back and catch the hair that you left when you do your cleanup. So here's the last step for the top. We're going all the way open with the 1/16 guard. We have the blade, the clipper all the way open, and we're just going to knock out the top. And this should blend our 1/16 to our 1/8. Using the corner of our clipper, we're going to blend the top into what we knocked out. Going over each of my levels thoroughly. So I'm going back and forth like 4 and 5 times. Usually I say a minimum of 3 times when you go back and forth. Each time you open up your blade more. But I'm going like 4 and 5 times just so it would take away from my spot check. Because the more I go over each level, the more hair is going to come off. The more it's going to be even all the way across. And that's how we fading it out. To get a nice blend, you want to have one level at close, then the next level should be at quarter, then the next level should be at 3/4. So if you could get each level even all the way across, then the blend is going to be more blurry. working out the bottom. We already faded from midpoint to the top. Now we fading from the bottom to the midpoint. So I did close. Here's quarter, and we're gonna work 3/4 after this. As you can see, I'm using the corner of my clipper. Another thing that I'm doing with my left hand is I'm pulling the skin. I'm trying to stretch it, and it kind of expand the hair, expand the skin really, so it makes it a little more visible, like spots, and so you're able to really pick out some of those hairs. It makes it easier. You should try it. So right now I'm pretty much all the way open, and we're trying to work out that middle line just to get the top of the fade blended to the bottom. I'm finishing up this side. Usually I go back and do a little more spot checking after I line them up. So now we're gonna go on this side and just repeat those same fading steps with the 1/16 guard on. We have closed quarter, 3/4, and open. Then we're gonna take the guard off and fade the bottom to the middle with no guard on. Remember, when you're fading, you want to go in the direction of the hair. If the hair is growing straight down, then you're going to fade straight up. If the hair is going slant down to the right, then you're going to fade up to the left. You're just going in the opposite direction of the hair growth so you can get the fade. Remember, usually when we're fading against the grain. Okay, we working out the bottom now, and I have no guard on, and the blade is all the way closed. These clippers have a fade blade. That's what these are the NVLIs, but the fade blade comes with this particular edition. I got this as a combo as well. It was this and the Slimline Pro LIs. I do not recommend this clipper. It took me a while to start liking it. I don't really like the power that it has. It doesn't have a lot of power, so you typically have a longer fade time with these clippers. But the corded ones are real good. That's how I got these, because I used the corded ones, and they work real good. So I tried these out, but although I like them now, I wouldn't recommend them. Alright, we pretty much got this side faded. Like I always say, always go over little spots at the end of the haircut, because the lining always just highlight more spots. But I really want to show you the back, because this is where the swirl is usually at, and you have to fade in a different direction. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, another thing about his hair, since he dyed his hair, he has different tones, so some spots look lighter than others. But I like the way this fade came out at the end. I think it looked real good. But I want to show this because you can see right here, I'm going towards the right as I'm fading because of his hair growth. So when you're in the back of the head doing the fade, it's the same steps. Just follow the way the hair grows. You see I'm combing down towards the left, and I'm fading up towards the right. And that's just the process. If the hair was growing the opposite way, I would be doing the opposite. So just keep that in mind. I'm fading the bottom out. Here I got it at quarter of the way open. Then I'm going to go 3/4, then all the way open. I hope me repeating this process over and over is really getting to you. That way when you're cutting at the shop or at the house, whatever you're doing, if you're cutting your kids' hair, you will just be used to the process. And once you get that, man, fading becomes way more easy because you know it's the same system, just a different head. Here I'm about to work the line up. Usually, like for my liners, I start from the middle, and then you see I made my middle point, and now I'm just gonna bring that all the way to the left. And I started from that side because I seen the way the hair grows. I can just come all the way across and match the side. His hair grows pretty full around the lineup, so it wasn't that hard to do his. But I'm gonna do a video just to put more detail in the lineup because I know that could be hard, especially for beginners. But with that, man, this is the end of this video. I hope it was real helpful to you. I hope you like the outcome of this fade. If you do, consider subscribing, hitting the like button, as well as leave a comment at the bottom if you have any questions about what I use or what I'm doing. So I appreciate all of you who are still watching this video right now. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. This is TK with Cuts by Kelly, and I appreciate you.